Hello everyone, this is Dave from funvuz. Today I'm going to go through a step-by-step tutorial on how I created this festive and rustic holiday wreath. Stick around till after the intro, we'll dive into the materials list and then get started. Here we go, materials list. A rundown of everything that I used today. So it's a 14-inch wreath that I got from the Dollar Tree, along with these little plastic twist ties. Here's your burlap. These ones I actually got from the Dollar Tree. I used 2 of them. Glue gun and glue sticks, scissors, a mask. Not like everybody has one now, right? A little bit of festive ribbon, and some Christmas decor. And really, that's everything that I used. So let's dive right into that tutorial. First thing, I put on my mask, just because working with this burlap, there's a little bit of fiber in the air and I find that it tickles my throat and my nose. So the first thing that I'm going to show you here is how to attach it right onto the wreath. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of those anchors and then I'm going to push through the first, second, and third spaces in the wire frame. So here I am, I'm grabbing the end of my burlap and I'm anchoring it to the second wire and the anchor wire, and I'm just going to pull it through, pull that plastic twist tie tight, then I'm going to grab my scissors and chop that off. So you can see here, it's a nice, simple, easy way to anchor your burlap to the wreath. Now, I wouldn't worry about the plastic tie there showing, because everything's going to get scrunched together. All that burlap's going to get scrunched together, and I'll show you how I do that in a bit, and it'll hide that, that plastic tie. So here I'm showing you, I push through using my fingers on the 3 spaces in between the wires. So what I do is I grab my burlap, and with my left hand, I just pull through the amount of burlap that I want. And I'm just playing with it here, kind of seeing how much I want to pull through or push through. And then I start on the second row as well. Now, I do play around with the first couple of strands of burlap just to kind of get the fluffiness that I want, the look that I want, and you'll see here for a little bit, I do play around with it, I squish it down, I kind of take a look at it, no, I don't like that. So then I'm pulling some more through, and because nothing's tied right now except for that anchor tie, you can pull through and see if you like it, like I'm doing here. I do it over and over again, just to see the size of ruffles that you want, and how it's all going to come together. So I do this a couple of times, usually on the first and second round of the wreaths, just to kind of get that size going, and then I can compare. So here we go, I'm happy with this, and what I do is I twist it after I'm happy with that first bundle of wreaths, I guess, just to keep everything in place. And then I start doing that motion of pushing the burlap through with my fingers. Here I'm doing the second round again, pulling it through, and I really hold everything with my left and push everything through with my right hand. So I am just fiddling around with the roll, and I'm giving it another push, and I'm kind of taking a look at it, seeing how I like it. Do I like this? I'll squish it down. How does that look? And then I decide, nope, needs a little bit more push through. And then I'll fiddle around with it as well. So I'm taking a look at it, and this is me trying to decide if I like it or not. And then I'm like, you know what, I need a little bit more here. So like I said before, I do have a tendency, the first couple of rounds of burlap, I just play around with it, I take my time, I squish it back, I take a look at it. Do I really like this? Yes, no. If I do, then I continue on pushing through my burlap, like I am right here, so I'm happy with it. So again, I finish the 3 tiers, and then I go back to the first row, start that, and now I have a pretty good idea of how much burlap I want to push through. Here it is, all speeded up for you. And of course, with the magic of my wonderful video editor, this just happens in a matter of minutes. Rather than you watching me do the whole thing in real time. So here you go. I'm just kind of every single, maybe two or three rows, I just kind of squish it all together. I take a look at it, and then I just continue on going and going. So I have done my first roll. It's about halfway done. So what I do here to do the tie-off is the same that we did for the first anchor. So you're going to find that anchor wire, push the plastic twist tie through, make sure we have that anchor included, and this is on the first inner wire. Then I push through my burlap, I pull that nice and tight, and then I grab those scissors and I make that cut. And there you go, that's how I end the burlap wreath, with the first row all done, or the first roll all done, I should say. So here I am, I'm going to start my second roll. I'll just take the paper off of there, and I'm going to do the same procedure that I did to start and end with the twist tie. So I'm just going to flip the wreath over, I'm going to grab that twist tie, unravel the burlap a little bit. I'm going to find that same anchor there, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side here, and then I'm going to continue on with my burlap. So I just squish it up, find a spot, grab that twist tie, and here I'm using, because I've already used the first anchor, I'm going to use the third wire in, and then I'm going to start with my second roll and finish off this wreath. So again, push it through, pull it nice and tight, grab those scissors, chop it off, and then I'm going to continue and finish my wreath with the same procedure that I used before. And one last time showing you how I'm going to end this all. I find that anchor wire again. This time I am going through that third wire because the wreath is turned upside down now. And I'm going to push that plastic tie through. I'm going to grab that burlap, put it in the center of that tie, and then I'm just going to pull it nice and tight. Grab those scissors and just take off that excess. And I'm going to cut the excess burlap off as well. There you go. Your burlap wreath is all done. So that's the base of it. And then from here, I just kind of fluff it up and fluff it up and fluff it up and go from there. For this wreath, I'm going to add this. It's like a burlap ribbon. It's a little bit more, how do I say this? A little bit more rigid than the actual burlap. It's got some printing on it that I thought was really nice. I'm going to do 14 inches for this ribbon. It's more of an open bow, I guess you would say. It's not really like a bow per se, but what the look that I was going for was more like a starburst of this ribbon. So I had 5 pieces of ribbon, and here I'm actually going to dovetail the ends. So all you do is you fold the good side inward in half, grab your scissors, and do a diagonal cut at the end, and you'll see there, that gives you that nice dovetail finish at the end. So I did 5 of these in total. I wanted like a starburst look to this. And I lay it out in like a star shape. I'm going to grab that center, squish it all together, and then I'm going to take that twist tie, or Chanel stem I should say, find the center, twist it around. With my right hand, I'm going to grab the ribbon, left hand, I'm going to make that twist. And I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, so I'm going to grab the wreath, My decorations here are not glued down, as you see. I'm going to find the middle 2 wires, place the wreath upside down, and then push through the chenille stems on that 2nd and 3rd wire and give it a nice little twist to secure that bow down. And I like how that looks, actually. So I'm happy with that. I secure it down, and then I take my artificial stems, place them in there, kind of see what I like. Usually what I do is I don't glue anything down until I've placed everything, take a step back, take a look at it, and then rearrange how I want it. I wanted an apple and a pine cone kind of covering the center of that ribbon spray. So I'm just taking those two and visually placing them to see if I like them. And then take my glue gun and glue everything down. Here is your festive wreath after I've glued everything down. Thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new tutorial, which is every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye for now.